Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a story map journal walkthrough or tutorial, if you want to call it. Today we'll be using the book called The Wild. Um, it's about a dog that starts down there in Santa Clara, California, and goes all the way up to Anchorage, Alaska. So this Word document is my outline that I've planned for my story map. Each section is going to have the location, the name, the title, and then a photo that goes with each section, and then some text. All right, let's get started. So I have three sections here with a lot of text, and then all the others, well, I haven't filled that out yet. But let's get started. Let's go to arcgisonline.com or just ArcGIS Online, and then find it. Okay, let's get logged in. So when working with a story map journal, it's a crucial part to start off with a map and then start off your story map journal and then pull your map into your story map journal. So first we're going to go and click on map. So I'm going to go to add and I'm going to hit map notes. So when you hit add map notes, you're basically adding points, lines, or polygons to your map. You're basically creating a layer. So I'll say locations for Call of the Wild. Alright, so let's go back to our outline and see where the first location is. Here we have Santa Clara. Let's go ahead, search the address. Awesome. So now all I need to do is put a stick pin down there. And then boom. Let me rename this as Santa Clara Noble Residence. And then you can add a description, an image. You can link an image from Google or any of your online sources, and then you can add a link for you to click on the image and go to, but we can leave that there. What's our next point? We have San Francisco. All right, let's go ahead and add a point there. All right, so we've added 2 points now. Let's go ahead and add a third point, and then we can go ahead faster. Seattle, Washington. All right, awesome. That's our third stick pin. Perfect. So we've added 3 points, and once you've added all your points for your story map, go ahead and hit save. Right now, I've already created a map, so with all the points, so we didn't need to waste time adding all the points for this video. So let me call this Call of the Wild. 3 points. It doesn't matter what you want to title it, but it's whatever. So these tags are like hashtags, so I'll say wild hashtag Call of the Wild. Alright, perfect. And then you can add a description for your map. Let me save this map. And so once you've created all your points, you'd save that map again, and you'll be ready to move on to the next step, which is actually creating your story map journal. So let's go back to home. So, like I said, Always remember, create your map first with all your points, and then start creating your story map journal. So we're on our second step of creating the story map journal. So click on the waffle top right, and then go to story maps. So this is the new ArcGIS story maps. But today we'll be going down to the map journal, which is mostly about writing a lot. It really fits just writing about books or anything of that sort because it's more of a journal entry. So we just clicked on the original version of story maps right there, and we'll be going to story map journal. So if you've never been here, the gallery is a great place to go to, but today we'll be skipping that part. And you can go to the gallery, and on the left you'll be able to filter by map journal. You can get all the ones that you want by map journal, but today we'll be going to apps, and we'll be creating a story map journal. Alright, so we are in apps, so we're in the app templates. Okay, so let's scroll down to story map journal here. We're going to click build, but I do want you to notice all the other options here, especially this one, FAQs, frequently asked questions. Why? Because sometimes the picture size and resolution that story map journal wants might not be what you have, and there are certain dimensions that you need to meet, and to get all those answers you want to check out FAQs. Alright, it's taking a bit, huh? Come on, internet. Alright, so here you could either choose the side panel layout or the floating panel layout. You won't lose anything, or there's no basically more difference. Nothing is more different than the other. Okay, so let's go. I like the floating panel, so let's hit start. Alright, so I want to title my story map here first. I want to title it Call of the Wild Story Map Journal Build. Cool. And you can change that title again later if you want to. So here's the main stage, which is the backstage, and your floating panel is here. And you'll be able to see later, I'll show you, that you could select which stage content you're changing. Okay, so this is for the main stage, so this is the background. Usually we always want to have a map for the background, and I just hit select a map, and I'm going to select not the one that I just created, but the one I created last night. And this one has all the points that we need. And once you select a map, for each section, each stage, you want to hit custom config for location. And why? Well, that's because you can select what what your extent of your map should be for each slide. And that's very interesting. Okay, so for this first slide, I want to show all of the US, all of North America, basically, at this point. And it has all the points that I wanted. So let's hit save map location. And content, so basically, for content, I have two different layers here that I created last night. One of them has no points, this one, and so even if I shut that off, I don't see any difference. And the other one has all the points. So these are two different layers that I created last night. And if you have two layers and you want to just show one and you can shut off the other, this is an interesting place to be. Alright, let's go to next. So here you can add your text. So I'll go, and this is my first introduction phase. So I'll say this is story map journal on the book Call of the Wild. Perfect. Okay, so as you can see, you can do all this text options. So I'll just bold Call the Wild, and in fact, I can increase size, but nah. You can link text to outside sources, online sources. You could do which alignment you want your text to be, and you're gonna add dots or lists. Okay, let's move on. Cool. So we have our first section. Let's go ahead add our second section. And for each section, I want to take my viewers through different points on the map. So our first point here is Santa Clara Noble Residence. And I want to copy that, paste that here, and then I'll I'll keep the same map that I just have in the background. It's already shared to public. If if not, when you share the story map to public, it'll automatically change this to public. Awesome. So here we are, and for the second content, for the second main stage content, which is the map, I want to hit custom config again, and this time I want to zoom in all the way to Santa Clara, California. I'm going to hit save map location, I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to drop in my photo and my text. So let's start with the photo. So I have procured some photos here, and they're on my computer. So I'm going to browse for an image, and I'm going to go to my desktop because that's where they are, and I'm going to go to my folder. Alright, so this is a beautiful image that I have saved. Awesome. So alternative text, so if you ever run on low data, you won't be able to render these images. And then all you can see is this text. I'll say Santa Clara Noble Residence picture. And so people who run low data are able to see what they're missing out on. Alright, let's go ahead and hit apply. So I have this image here. Now, let's add our text. I'll copy and paste. Okay, let me change some of this, make it look nice. Okay. Do I want it black? We'll find out. Okay, I do want you guys to see the story actions part, and it only pops up when you highlight these things. Okay, so let's highlight Santa Clara Valley, and some of these options include changing the main stage content. So when people scroll down and they click on Santa Clara Valley, the main stage changes here, and then ArcGIS Online is able to read Santa Clara Valley, and it's able to locate that address by itself. So let's click that, and boom, it's already got it there mapped up. That's not my point. My point was somewhere in the middle of Santa Clara, and this is what ArcGIS found. So I'm going to hit add, and now this is my introduction, my first point. My viewers can scroll down and they can click on this and they could see that that's the point. Now I should change this back to white because I didn't think about it. Let's do that real quick. Let's change all of this back to white. Huh. Or gray. Perfect. Cool. So let's go ahead and go to our next section. So our next location here is San Francisco Gold Rush. So I'll copy that, paste that, and I'll leave the same map. I'll go to a different location. So I'll hit custom config, and let's go to San Francisco. All right, so I'm going to hit save map location. I'm going to hit next. So once you're here, let's go ahead and copy our text, get the photo and the graph. So first, let's get the photo. I'm going to get the image that I downloaded before. And I'm going to hit apply. You can always do this, but let's not worry about it right now. So I've got the image. I'm going to do some text, and then I'm going to put the graph in. And then I'm going to put the rest of the text in. Alright, so I've got some text. Let me put the graph in. So I've got the graph as well. Thankfully, this graph has a white background, so it actually pops up with this black background. And then let's go ahead and add our last piece of text here. And that is right here. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and add. It's a bit slow today. Okay, so usually I go to the point before, go ahead and let it render, and then I'll go to the next point. Alright, so this is the first point. Our second point in San Francisco, and as I scroll down, I can see the picture, I can read some text, I can see the graph, I can also read the rest of the text. So let's go to our next point, Seattle Ship Oil Fields. Now, until now, I've been only adding images from my desktop, but I can add images from other sources. So, well, let me just copy this. It's an easier way to do it. Okay. Ooh, I forgot. Okay. So here it says main stage. Let's go and hit custom config so I can zoom on to Seattle. So this dog made all its way to Seattle. And this is just like the way there. Alright. I'm going to hit save map location at Seattle. And then I'm going to hit next. And then here, I'm going to add my text. So for this one, I do have a picture. I might want to keep the picture after the text. So there's some text. Let me add my picture after. Boom. All right. All right. So I should be able to scroll down a lot of text. So this is what I assume a journal story map would look like. A lot of text and then some nice pictures. All right, let's go ahead and add our next section. And this time, but before we do, I did highlight Seattle here in my notes. I did want my viewers to look at Seattle, click on Seattle, and see how far Seattle was actually from California. So I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go to Seattle. I'm going to highlight Seattle, and one of the story actions is being able to change the main stage content here. So let me let me go and do that, and then let me hit custom config, and I'll be able to zoom out and show people, hey, this is how far Seattle is from San Francisco and San Diego. All right, hit apply and then save. It's just my computer, it can't handle the amount of. All right, so now I can click on Seattle. It should zoom me out to there. All right, let's go ahead and add our next point, and that is Queen Charlotte, British Columbia. Queen Charlotte Sound, British Columbia. Okay. So I'm going to hit custom config for my map. And there it is, Queen Charlotte Sound. Let me zoom out a bit. This is perfect. When people see the words on the map, that's perfect. Okay. And then let's go ahead next. And then I don't have any text for this, but let's see if we can insert an image. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go add our next section. And this time, I'll show you something cool. We'll add a picture, not from our desktop, but we'll go ahead and go to an online source. Skagway. All right. I have my title set up. Let me zoom to the location. There it is. Let me just follow the line. Now here I have a bunch of points. And so let's zoom to one. Okay, so this is Skagway. I'm gonna hit save map location, and I'm gonna hit next. Alright, so here, I do have images. I do have all these 3 points are basically right beside each other. So what I'll do is, I'll grab one from online, I'll upload one, and we'll see if there's a difference. Alright, first, let's go and add one from online. So until now, your screens would have been like this. All you need to do is hit the back button. Let's do Flickr, or you could do an outside link. But Flickr is a reliable source. So username LAGIS. Hmm. Let me check. Oh, it is super slow today. Oh wow. This is taking a while. Oops, just had to pause. But okay. So Flickr, LAGISK12. Let's go ahead, go back to our story map here. Let's go to LAGISK12. I'm gonna hit load albums. And I have the Call of the Wild album here. And let's see, I have the Muddy Scene. I haven't uploaded all of them, but that's a way to pull in your image from Flickr. And then I'll be able to highlight this part. And I'll be able to change media. I want to hit custom config, and let me zoom on to that muddy street while we're there. I'm going to hit save map location. I'm going to hit apply. Next, I'm going to add my next 2 pictures, which are the 2 points right there, but this time I'm just going to go to the one on the desktop. So we have, I'm going to skip this one. It's basically the whole city. And then Zaya, if that's how you pronounce it. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit that, and then we'll hit apply. And for this one, I want people to click on the image, the words and the image, and go to The one little town which was once very popular, but now is not really that populated. Okay, apply. Hmm. Let me add my picture back in. I guess you can only do story map actions for text. Alright, so here's my first picture. The second picture should be in there. Let me see what happened. Alright, so yeah. Okay, let's go to our next section. Hit, what do we have next? We've been at Skagway for a bit now. We've done the Muddy Street, we've done Daya. Let's go to Finnegan's Point to Canyon City. Okay, this is a bit north. We'll copy that, paste that there. I'm going to leave the same map. Let's go to custom config, and that's it right there. So that's Finnegan's Point, and that's Canyon City. Okay, save map location. Let's hit next. Let's drop in a picture. Let's browse on my desktop. And if you want to upload to Flickr, I can show you how to do that. Well, let me just do one right now. Alright, so let me hit upload. Finnegan's Point. Upload one photo. And now let's go back here. Let's go back here from Flickr. Call the Wild. There it is. Apply. And if it's not there, you need to go back to Flickr and put it in your gallery. In your album, sorry. I won't need any more story actions here. I've shown you the most important two. And the third one is if you want to click on this point and navigate to a different section in your story map, you can do that. Well, let's do that during the conclusion. Alright? Cool. Alright, let's go to our next point. So we have 3 more points, and for this one, for Anchorage, we'll link a YouTube video. So we have dog sled Anchorage. Same map. And we know where Anchorage is. And, well, we do know where Anchorage is. Let's go ahead, instead of having the map for the main content stage, let's have a web page once people click on um, the title Anchorage or Dockslid Race or Anchorage. Let's do this. Let's highlight that. Let's change media so that when people click on it, they're able to go to a YouTube link. Found a really good one last night. This might have been it. Or is this just the search results? Let's find out. Okay, yeah, so this is a really good one. Let's go ahead and click on it. And this is its YouTube link. Let's copy this link and you guys can watch this later. Let me go to my story map, journal, and then paste the link here, and then I can hit configure, and then you can set it however you want it, and then hit apply, and then add. Alright, so this is our previous point, and now when people come here, they go to Anchorage, and when they click here, this changes up into a YouTube link. So refuse to connect. Why is that? Let's check this out again. An ad to start blocking ads. Wonderful. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna hit edit. And if this doesn't work, we can always have it set so that the video pops up before, and then you click on the text and it goes to a map. That's sometimes better. Okay, apply. Well, let's fix the link. Let's go back. Let's see if this works. And if not, we'll switch it up. Or we can have the YouTube video pop in here, and people can still open it. Okay, let's do that. Alright. Let's go back to edit. Don't know why, but let's go there. Let's go to a video from YouTube. Just paste the link there. I'm going to hit check. It's going to find out which video it is, and then I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to hit save. So let me go back. So let it render in right. click the next one. Okay. Need to edit that out too. Wow. This is so laggy today. What is up, my dude? Okay. And here's the unlink, the remove action button basically. And then save. At the end, we'll see the story map. We'll hit view story and we'll actually see how these pop up. If not, we can always come back and edit this. Let's go ahead and add our next section here. Our last 2 points, Stewart City and Dawson City. And that's it. Oh, that's Dawson City. This is Stewart City. That's right. I want to hit next. And then let's insert an image from my desktop. So, upload. Apply. Okay, here we have an image. Let's go ahead, add it, and then we'll add our last point, our last section, and then we'll give it a conclusion. And conclusion will also take us to the top of the story map. And that's one of the story actions that you can do, so that'll be interesting. So let's do Dawson City Gold Rush. Alright. We'll hit custom config. And there it is. Oh. Okay, let's browse for an image, our last image today. Hit apply, and then boom. Alright, so let's add our conclusion real quick. And for the conclusion, I want to zoom out to the whole path that the dog has walked. Oh, not that far. And then we'll save map location. And then we'll hit next. So here, I'll say something like, thanks for watching. Click here to scroll back up. I'm going to hit this navigate to another section button. I'm going to navigate them to my home section. And there it is. Let's go ahead and save our story map. Let's share it. Make it public so everyone can see it. Alright. And you can hit view story here, or like I always do, I'll go here, view story. So while this loads up, we'll run you down through some questions that many people do have, and that's if you're creating a story map journal, do you create the map first or the story map first? And clearly today we did the map first, and then when adding a point you click add and then you hit map notes. Two main content areas are your main stage and your floating panel, and you can change basically the content here or the content here to whatever you want. Very friendly. And then for each section you want to hit custom config. So here's our story map. Here, let's go ahead and I keep using my scroll button, which is not good. Okay. Scroll down. Alright. And then we have our text. I can click there. And then boom, that point shows up. And then San Francisco. My graph. And then Seattle. Picture for Seattle. Queen Charlotte Sound. Skagway. And it's 3 places. And of course you can click on these and go to different links. And you can change this text as you like. And then we have Finnegan's Point to Canyon City. And then we have our dock sled race, Anchorage. So the YouTube video would be popping up here in just a minute. My computer's a bit slow in rendering. Okay. And then you should be able to click on the YouTube video. Oh. Right. Let's click on it. And then you can hit the enlarge button, and you'll be good. And then you have Stewart Cities, and then Dawson City Gold Rush, and your conclusion. And you'll just click here to scroll back up, and now you're at the beginning again. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.